Music. Recognize this wonderful fact: you are extraordinary. You are unique. The odds against there being someone exactly like you are over 50 billion to 1. Do not let fear hold power over you. It's the stupidest excuse in the book, but I need you to feel that fear and do it anyway. You see, the underdog story is the realest story there is. Because when you come from nothing, you appreciate everything. What if I do all this work and it doesn't work? I think that is the biggest lie people tell themselves in any way, shape, or form ever about anything, because I believe it's not even possible. I believe that if you do the work, and I've seen this, I don't have a single case I can point to as the exception to this rule, not a single one, the result will come. It's failure that makes us strong, but it's the fear of failure that kills us. And the way you deal with the fear of failure is this: once you've decided what your dreams are and what you want to do, act as if it were impossible to fail. Imagine it were impossible to fail. Say, by gum, I can do that. And start to think of all the benefits of achieving that goal. And then act boldly. Confront your fears. Do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. Do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. Do you know that the ability to confront the fear of failure, to overcome it, to move towards your fears rather than away from them, is the one guarantee that you absolutely become unstoppable? If you do it over and over again, you develop the habit of courage. When you develop the habit of courage, eventually you find you're not afraid of anything. It's grind season, homie. It's not about today. It's about the future. You do the work now. Do the work now. And all of the __ you could ever want to do for your family, your kids, your loved ones, it's all going to be on a whole other stratosphere. Starve your distractions, feed your focus. Distractions don't just steal your time. They steal your potential. Your focus means building discipline in every decision, every rep, and every habit. Your clock is ticking. You must act with urgency. No matter the result of yesterday, with each rise of the sun, you have a new opportunity today to build positive habits. Starve your distractions. Feed your focus. Music. It's Murphy's Law. When things go wrong, they always seem to happen at once and they just compound on top of each other. And it's pretty easy sometimes to feel beaten when you're faced with all those issues and all those problems and they all hit you at the same time. But let me tell you, that doesn't mean give up. In fact, it means the opposite. It means it's time for you to fight harder, to dig in. It means it's time for you to go on the warpath. But there will be the moment when the only person left to rely on is yourself. It is therefore my first suggestion to question and ask yourself, how can I learn to properly navigate without guidance? Now, just take a moment to imagine you're the captain on a ship located on a vast ocean. What you are facing is stormy weather, dark and heavy clouds, and the ship is carried along the ups and downs of the waves. In such a situation, I strongly trust that it is not enough to purely rely your actions on intellectual knowledge. To sharpen the senses and be able to see possibilities beyond what the eyes are able to see, this truly is a sign of right knowledge. If you can list the tough things that have happened in your life, and you can put that on a list, and you've somehow made it past all of this to be in a position where you can still go make some stuff happen, that's what you have in common with every hero of every story, of every autobiography. It's how much happened to you that should have broke you, that did not break you, so that you were able to then rise. What's the heaviest thing you carry around with you? The heaviest thing you carry around with you constantly is your feelings. Where do you carry your feelings? In your heart. So before you can delete the mind, you got to delete here. Think about every time your heart was broken, what happened? It opened your eyes. If you do not have clear goals for your life, you are condemned forever to work for those who do. You see, in life, it's very simple. Either you are working toward the accomplishment of your goals, or you're working toward the accomplishment of other people's goals. If you can be honest with yourself about what you truly want and take responsibility for creating it, you will. You don't have to be special. You just have to get up every day, put one foot in front of the other, and work hard to do a little better than you were yesterday. And one of these days, you are going to wake up and realize that you not only changed yourself, but you are now in the middle of living the life you were once jealous of. And then you get started. And I'm going to tell you right now, it won't be easy. It will be hard because life is hard. That's what life is. And these challenges that you face, they're going to do their best to take you down. Do not let them. Stand up. Dig in. Line up those problems and confront them. Face them. Fight them. Do not let them bring you down. In fact, let those challenges raise you up. Let them elevate you. Let their demands and their trials make you stronger. You know exactly what you need to do. Stop pretending like you don't know. You continuously scroll on the internet looking for more answers, looking for more information, looking for another way to inspire yourself to move in the direction you already know you want to move in. You're completely wasting your time. You are looking for a substitute for action. You are looking for a way around action, but there isn't one. The only way forward is action. This is about finishing the race. When you have a goal in mind and a goal set in your head, never let anyone take you off your vision, take you off your goal. Never let any man or any woman steal your glory, steal your future, steal your dreams. Never let anybody bring you down. You are somebody. The safe road is going to pay off. There are many payoffs to it. But I can't be there and have my soul be on a completely different track. It's always worth losing. It's always worth risking. So in the future, you look back at these struggles and you say to them, thank you. You made me better. When it feels scary to jump, that is exactly when you jump. Otherwise, you end up staying in the same place your whole life. You're not supposed to feel confident. You're not supposed to feel ready. You're not supposed to have all the answers. Becoming someone you've never been before is stressful, because you're stepping into uncharted territory. So the next time you feel fear and doubt creeping in, just know that it's part of the journey. You can't sit back and say, I'll start in half an hour. I can't do that. I got to start now. And after I get back from starting, I got to start again. And when I get done with that run or that study session, if it wasn't good enough, I got to go back again. It's repetition that taught me everything. So you can honestly outwork anything. You have greater potential. You will always strive for personal excellence in life, so that you will not be satisfied with the standards and expectations of average. The average man inspires no one. Courage is the key to life itself. There are a lot of people who are born in situations which say, I'll never get out of this. So they won't. I say to people who say, well, I would like to have done so and so. And you could have done it. Well, I couldn't get out of here, man. The bus runs every day. When is the best time to start? And I have a simple answer. Here and now. Want to improve? Want to get better? You want to get on a workout program or a clean diet or start a new business? You want to write a book or make a movie or build a house or a computer or an app? Where do you start? You start right here. When do you start? You start right now. You initiate action. You go. The only thing that really causes the law of attraction to start in your life is the last part of that, action. The time has come for you to get up off the couch, to change some of your habits, and start moving. Action is where it's all about. It doesn't matter where you've come from or what's happened to you, what kind of setbacks you have or what kind of discouragements or what kind of things you perceive are working against you. It does not matter. What matters is what you're going to do right now today. I promised to myself from that day that I was going to work that hard every single day so that when I do retire, I have no regrets. And that was the most important thing for me, to leave no stone unturned, get better every single day. And if I live that way, then over time, I'd have something that was beautiful. Music. You cannot just exist in this life. You have got to try to live. If you are waking up thinking that there's got to be more to your life than it is, man, believe that it is. But to get to that life, you're going to have to jump. Music. You know, maybe you're not the person you want to be now, but what an opportunity you have to start now, to start that journey now, to start taking the right steps now. What an opportunity you have, you know, instead of complaining and moping around and saying, man, I wish I was this. Man, I wish I was that. I wish I was her. I wish I was him. Whatever it may be. What an opportunity you have to start now. But this scary thing, why most people don't want to build that willpower, is because it is scary. It unlocks a whole bunch of things about who you are and who you're not. And a lot of people don't want to go down that journey to discover who they are, who they're not, because it's not a pretty journey. Determine what needs to be changed. Then be consistent. Be patient. You didn't get to where you are right now overnight. You have to be consistent with yourself even when you don't feel like it. You got to do it. And if you fall, and you're probably going to fall, you just get back up. Most people will do anything to avoid the uncomfortable feeling of fear. Those people, though, run the risk of never achieving their dreams. Your greatest dreams, your greatest accomplishments, are going to be on the other side of fear. Fear is a part of life. Fear helps you to be alive. It helps you to realize that yes, there's risk, yet with risk can come reward. Don't sit around and let fear _ you. The reality is, feel the fear. Let it burn within you for a moment and help you to be motivated to overcome whatever it is you're facing. There's no obstacle too big that you cannot overcome. There's no ocean too deep that you can't cross. There's nothing that can stand in your way when you truly have the determination to do whatever it is that you want to do. You're going to have days where things feel off. You're going to have days where maybe you didn't do as well as you wanted to do in whatever field you're in. But it's just a day. It's not your whole life. It's just a day. And tomorrow, God willing, I wake up. I have another opportunity to take another step in the right direction, to get back on track. You know, I think having a little bit more of a stoic mindset is better for you. You know, like sometimes for weeks, months, maybe years you're just killing it. Everything's working out. You're just cruising through life. It's been badass. But sometimes it hits the fan. Come on, let's be real. That's just part of life, right? As long as you know you're going to get your ass back up, you'll kind of feel better at the end of it. But you know, when it really goes crazy, that's where you kind of develop as a person. You know, Winston Churchill said many years ago, history will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. A heartbreak, a breakup, parents getting a divorce, a fight, getting bullied. All of these things then make you because of those experiences. Now, when that happens, you are going to do one of three things. You know the whole fight, flight, or freeze. Now, you know what freeze is. Nothing happens. Flight. Nothing happens. But fight, that part is born during those moments. What if I get asked a question I don't have the answer to? One of the scariest things about life is a question. The scary question can shake a soul up because no one's asked that question for me. If you don't ask the questions of what you want to do next, the world is going to put you in the box on what you have to do next. And you are rising up to their expectations because you're not asking the questions yourself. What life do you want to live, and why do you want to live this life? Why is it important to you? Why is it what you're putting through all these hours? Why would you want to do that? That's the transition when you go through it. And then the pressure part, when you say, here's how I'm going to be, where you declare your intentions to the world. This is what I'm going to be doing. A lot of times we keep things a secret. I think declaring intentions serves a purpose. I think when you go out there and you say, this is what I'm going to be doing. This is where I'm going to be at, you officially have the world holding you accountable. That pressure could be good pressure to put into your life. And the identity goes from being a regular person to the next day no one recognizes them. Haters highlight your weaknesses. And if you're smart, you're like, he makes a good point. Hey, one day I'm going to make so much money, I'm going to shut everybody up. That doesn't work. First of all, that's not going to take place. So, you have a choice. You can say, I don't want to deal with the pushback. I'll live a small life. But if you can't live a small life and you have to live a big life, you have to understand that there's going to be push, and you have to figure out a way to silence everybody. Anticipation is gain. The more you tell the world how to manage expectations dealing with you and what to anticipate, you actually minimize a lot of the noise. We don't take the time to say, what are the values and principles that I'm willing to build my life on, and what really are they? What are you willing to really stand up for? You know, what is your core belief system? You got to go really deep with purpose. And really deep with, if you don't move, what could take place? For people to sit there and realize, if you really want to move yourself, ask the questions, go deeper on what life could happen, both good and bad, for both of them. And hopefully that creates urgency for you to start taking the next necessary steps. The gift of imagination and visualization is rarely used properly. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? How big would you play if you knew that you could survive any heartbreak, any breakdown, any betrayal? What would you do if the things that you were afraid of, you knew were absolutely nothing? They were all opportunities for you to get stronger in your faith, stronger in your resiliency. What would you do? Who would you love? How big would you play? Where would you leap? And the bigger question is, how would the world benefit differently? How would the world benefit differently because of who you've decided to be? How would the world be a better place to live because fear didn't have you standing on the edge? What would you do if you were told that you get to do it afraid? That you don't have to wait for the fear to leave? That when you get in action, the fear has to dissipate into the nothingness that it always was? What would you do? How would life be different? How would the world be a better place to live? I came to challenge you to play in the biggest field you've ever played in. I came for you to challenge the fear that might be inside of you and to redesign and reprogram it. You look at it long enough, you be with it intimately enough, and it has to dissipate. You are the designer of your destiny. You are the author of your autobiography. You write the story of your life. No one can write your financial story. No one can write your spiritual story. No one can write your emotional story but you. The pen has always been in your hand. The pen has always been in your hand. I say, write a story that's going to be damn good to read. And when you do that, you will have to reprogram the fibers of your being. You will have to become someone you've never been before. You want to go somewhere you've never gone, you got to do something you've never done. You got to say something you've never said. You got to go to a place in you that you've never even been. You get to redesign. You are your Michelangelo. You are your greatest sculpture. And you get to recarve and you get to up-level as much as you need. You're not sentenced to this life this way. You chose it. Newsflash, you get to design it any way you choose. You're not sentenced to your future. You have an opportunity to your future. What do you want and how do you want it? And if it doesn't make you a little afraid, then you ain't playing big enough. Your knees are supposed to knock a little bit. Your teeth are supposed to chatter a little bit. There's supposed to be at least 2 butterflies in your stomach, at least, because if not, you're playing inside your comfort zone. And we mistake the fact that we're supposed to be comfortable 24/7. Well, let me tell you something. Comfortable is equivalent to complacent. I'll choose inconvenience every day, any day, to make a difference on the planet. I don't mind being mildly to moderately to significantly inconvenienced to leave my fingerprint on this planet. So, I just came to talk to the game changers and to the change agents who are willing to confront any part of you that's not speaking to your madly, wildly amazing future. Confront it. I came to talk to the change agents that are interested in evicting any fear that doesn't speak to your wild future. I just came. I came for that. I came for you to confront it. For you to get a little angry at it. For you to get a little pissed off at it. Say, wait a minute. I've been letting you drive me all this time. And you are a story that I made up about the future that doesn't even really exist. When you said, I might get hurt in the next relationship, you made up a story about the future that doesn't even exist yet. And you're powerful. And any story you make up is true to you, but it's only true to you. And then you live out that story because you want to be right. You don't want to be wrong. You want to be right. So you make up a story, you project it in the future, and then you live it out until it's true. Like, see, I told you guys. You'll work really hard to make that story right. I just want you to know that. So I just stopped by to invite you to design a new story. I stopped by to remind you that the pen has always been in your hand, that no one else can write your story but you. And I don't know about you, but I want to write a story that when I get ready to sit down in my final years and there's nothing else I could do, that I go back and I just want to read my story and I go, wow, I remember when I was afraid. And then I know on the next page I jumped anyway. And then I read the next chapter and go, whoa, that really scared the heck out of me. And I know on the next page, I did it anyway. I want to write a story full of leaping and running and jumping and serving and playing full out and falling and skinning my knees and scraping my face and hurting my heart. Because if that's the only way I can hurt and fall and scrape is to play full out, then I'll take the hurt. Because what I'm really afraid of, and what you're really afraid of, is getting to the end of your day, to the end of your life, and having something left to give. Music. Think, reflect, and change. There's no such thing as something for nothing. You got to give in order to get. Some of the things, people, places, habits in your life right now, they are holding you back, numbing you instead of awakening you. And the first thing you need to give up is your comfort zone. There are lessons that no classroom or textbook can ever give you. And they come from things like an empty stomach, an empty bank account, and countless sleepless nights. It's just that real. The Bhagavad Gita talks about this. Your right is only to the work. Your right is only to the effort, the growth, not the fruit or the outcome. So control what you can. Like an athlete who gives everything on the field, the warrior on the battlefield. Once your act is done, it's done and you move on. You can dream about it, or you can do it. It's not failure that you need to worry about. It's doubt, fear, anxiety. Be mindful of a little friend we all know called resistance. Resistance to doing the things you know you could. Resistance to leaving your friends behind and getting back to work. You need to turn these situations of tension into situations of profound peace. Focus on the work, not what dragons you think may or may not be beaten ahead. Are you a part-time player? Or are you a pro? Playing all out, all in. Showing up every single day. Planning which goal is happening when. Finding good teachers. Developing yourself. Committing your time, your energy, your efforts to growth every single day. Staying quiet, humble, eliciting feedback so you can evolve, and letting go of what no longer serves you. I just don't want you to half-ass things anymore. I don't want you to wait around for the perfect time or perfect moment because newsflash, there isn't one. Ever. Anywhere in your life. I want you to be totally committed and all in or not at all. If you don't like a restaurant, leave. If the book you're reading is boring, close it. If the path isn't right, change direction. You are not a tree, fixed with its roots in one place. Human beings, we have this unique ability to think, reflect, and change. But most of us have become like these dead, broken trees with no leaves. Our environment isn't right. We're not being nourished. We're alive, but we are not living anymore. We aren't stimulated anymore. We aren't fulfilling our path anymore. Those limits you think are there, they exist only in your mind. And if you can just break free of inertia, of the illusory nature of the thoughts swirling and swaying inside you, I promise you, you can get to a better place. So think, reflect, and change. There's no limits, just levels. And your job is to constantly keep going beyond them over and over and over. We are talking about the evolution of your own soul. What has gone before you and lies ahead of you. It's tiny, minuscule compared to what is beaming and beating inside of you. Tap into that power. Tap into the spiritual strength inside. You're staring down at your feet when you have the starry heavens not just above, but inside you, beating with every breath, radiating the entire world around you. And mate, your universe, your identity, it exists in systems. Find it reflected there. So the books you read, the room you sleep in, the habit that starts your day, the friends you speak to, and the things that you throw your energy towards. What you feed yourself now, today, is who you will be tomorrow. If you want to give up, you can give up. This is your choice. You can do whatever you want. Your time's going to come. But you cannot give up. See, you can do anything. You can get up any hour, read any book, take any class, make any change, develop any skill, do any discipline. I mean, you can do it all. When the why starts to grow, the how gets simple. Life is an ocean of opportunities. But sometimes we find ourselves anchored to the safety of the shore, petrified to venture into the unknown. But it's in that unknown where you find true freedom. So, how do you let go of the safety that's keeping you from the life of your dreams? You burn the ships. The ultimate mindset says that I will do the work when I'm tired. I will do the work even if I'm sick. I will do the work even if I didn't sleep well. I will do the work even if I don't feel like it. I will do the work if it's cold outside. I will do the work if it's too hot. Because I am driven by purpose and duty, while others are driven by pleasures and desires. And it is that fork in the road that separates the winners from the losers in life. I want y'all to remember something. When a winner and a loser first start something, they both got the same goal. Like, I'm going to say it again. When a winner and a loser first start something, they both got the exact same goal. But somewhere in the midst of the journey and the process, somebody looks at the outcome and somebody focuses on the strategies and the processes that it takes in order to drive the outcome. Whatever time that you have to attack like you're trying to save the world. You're trying to save your life. You don't want to drown. Go. You got to get after it and you got to have discipline. That's what most people don't have. Most people don't understand what it's like to really go for something and to know that the consequences of not doing that are horrific. When we burn the ships in our life, we also eliminate the option of retreat. We commit fully to our goals and dreams, no matter how scary they seem. When you burn your ships, you tap into a wellspring of inner strength and resilience you never knew you had. You look around and you see no other option but success. You got to get to a point where you're locked in. God. You are locked into the process. And if you don't see nothing, if you don't see no results, you don't give up and you don't give in, because you're not doing it for the goal. You're doing it because you are in love with the process. Consistency of work. Monday get better, Tuesday get better, Wednesday get better. Right? And you do that over a period of time, not like 1 month or 2 months. I mean it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and then you can get to where you want to go. Nothing in life is easy. Nothing is going to be given to us. Nothing is going to stand on its own accord without proper preparation. Resilience in your life is the proper preparation. And whether you want to think about it or not, if you were to reflect on those times in your lives where things were seemingly falling down around you, everything was hard, everything was a struggle. When you got out of that and you look back from where you came from, you knew that it was in those spaces that shaped you, that allowed you to become the person that you are now. And everything cycles in life. Everything is going to be an up and a down, a light and a dark, hot and cold. That opposition in all things is necessary. But it's those of us who have resilience. It's those of us who will get up every time. Even when you fall down flat on your face or you're hurt, you're cutting, you're bleeding, and we still get up. It's not what you're capable of, it's what you're willing to do. I know plenty of people that are capable. I know fewer people that are willing. Will is a powerful thing. Ask yourself, what are you willing to do? Life is not a series of uninterrupted successes and joyful moments. Instead, life is marked by challenges, setbacks, and moments of incredibly hard defeats. I mean, defeats as in failures. During these times of darkness and despair, our true character can be forged and our inner true strength can be revealed. Will you surrender to despair, or will you rise phoenix-like from the ashes of your circumstances? How can you become the person that you wish to be unless you live the life that you wish not to live? How can you be brave unless you've felt fear? How can you be strong? Well, you were once weak. Hey, guess what? It's going to be the hardest thing you ever did. Along the way, you're going to lose all your friends. You're going to struggle. You're going to make mistakes. There's going to be multiple days where you don't think that you're going to make it. And those days sometimes last for months. Nobody's going to relate to you. No one's going to understand why you're doing it. But I'm going to tell you this, they might laugh at you now. Everybody laughed at me back in the day. Guess who's laughing now? Me. Remember that. Relish in it. Get it all over you. Reflect in these moments. Because the trials are what make you great. The trials are what forge you into tempered steel that is unbreakable and unbendable. It's these moments. Embrace them. Music. The point is that there's some games you don't get to play unless you're all in. And the other thing that's so interesting about being alive is that you're all in. No matter what you do, you're all in. This is going to kill you. So, I think you might as well play the most magnificent game you can while you're waiting, because do you have anything better to do? Really? Why not pick the best thing possible that you could do? Why not do that? Maybe you could justify your wretched existence to yourself that way. I think you could. That's what it looks like. You know, people find such meaning in the responsibilities they adopt. It stops making them ask questions about what life is for. Most of us go through life pretending that we're satisfied where we are. Pretending that everything is okay. Pretending that we don't have any special goals or ambitions or desires, when really deep down inside we do really want more. But if you look at our behavior, if you judge based upon what we do, I really will tell you some true stories about people because you have to judge a tree by the fruit it bears, not the fruit that it talks about. See, a lot of people pretend that they want more out of life. But all you have to do is watch their actions. That will tell you something. So, because life is short, I don't have time to focus on what's not. I've got to focus on what is and get up and go get it. And for me it's like, guys, so I need you to. I need you to understand where you are. We're not looking for perfect, but we are looking for opportunity, and we have it. So, it's like, yo, say it because I need you to understand what you have, and then I need you to appreciate what you have, and then I need you to go after everything that's got your name on it with no excuses. Because you're more powerful than you think. Way more powerful than you think. I mean, God only knows what you are in the final analysis. You're blind to your own weaknesses, but you're also blind to your own strengths. How much good could you do? Well, I would say, why don't you find out? I see so many people in this life that have it, that have the it factor, that have the talent, that have the gift, right? That have the dream, that have the ability, right? That have the power to do special things in their life. I see so many people allow them to take it from you. You can't allow nobody or nothing to take it from you. You can't allow failure to take it from you. You can't allow adversity to take it from you. Adversity is guaranteed. You know it's coming. You know you're going to see it. You're going to experience it. Stop. Stop it. But the choices you make as a result of it, that's different. These things are going to come up. Opposition is going to come up. Adversity is going to come up. Difficult times are going to come up. But the people who actually live out their dreams, it isn't because they don't run into adversity. It isn't because they don't run into challenges. It isn't because they don't run into negative opinions. It's because they decided to protect their damn measure. Music. You owe it to yourself to figure that out. Do you have it in you? Is there another rep in you? Is there one more mile that you can go? Yes, you're tired. I know you got time. Then step it up. Then speed it up. You can change, but don't change because you're out of the victim. The wedding will come, holidays will come, class reunions will come. Change because you want to become the best you. You owe it. You want to motivate someone. Not to live and become that. You owe it. Pay yourself. Pay the rent. And let your future self thank you. So if you want to do something, if you thought about something you want to do, take it head on. Decide that you're going to start looking at it. Start doing research on it. Start tackling it. Start becoming involved in whatever and wherever it might lead you, to begin to explore the possibilities in that particular thing that you're seeking, so that you can begin to learn all you can about it. Decide that you're going to face it. That whatever shortcomings you have, that you're going to stiffen yourself there. Whatever training was required, that you're going to go get that training, that you're going to get started right now. George Washington Carver would say, do what you can where you are with what you have, and never be satisfied. What I see so often, and it breaks my heart, is I see so many people give away their vision. I see so many people stop going hard for their dreams. I see so many people not unwrapping their gifts, not because they ain't capable of it, not because they don't want to do it. It's because they allow something outside of them to kill the power, to kill the joy, to kill the drive, to kill the hunger that's inside of them. And I want to tell you right now, you can't allow nothing to kill that hunger. You got to be like a lion for your goals. You got to be like a lion for your dreams. You got to be like a lion for your vision. You got to be like a lion for the best you. You got to be like a lion for your greatness. Find out what it is you want and go after it as if your life depends on it. Why? Because it does. People that have found their passion. People that found the things that they love. People that have found the things that they can pour their lives into. Those people live longer. Go live your life. And those waves are still going to come, and there's still going to be pain, and there's still going to be sorrow. But you go and live your life and live it well and make them proud.